and welcome to another Just Ride. I'm Rob Warner, alongside... Don't jump the gun, Elliot.
Sorry.
Hang on. Alongside...
Elliot Jackson.
Perfect, thank you. And today, we got one of my good mates in, actually. This is going to be great. A man who has really kind of made his home where he rides in the Surrey Hills, his career. A man that I would say we don't really know how to describe, right? I mean, is he a free rider? What is it? What he is, 100%, is an absolutely brilliant mountain bike rider.
Yeah.
One of the best. And perhaps, I don't know, the Surrey Hills has produced a lot of riders, but I'm going to say that Olly Wilkins is the Surrey Hills. He's the backbone of it. He does
I love it.
Yeah, he does the dig in there. He creates a lot of those. He's integral to that scene, which is a massive scene. And it's going to be good to see what he's got to say, right? He does a lot of talking on his own podcast. Let's see what he's got on this one.
Heck of an intro. Yeah, I mean, Ollie's somebody that I've looked up to for a long time. I don't know if it's just his style. I mean, one of the reasons for sure is dirt jumps. Like, he gets into the difference.
OG.
Yeah, like the difference between trails and dirt jumps. That's what I grew up on. So I love that we got to talk about that. We also got to touch on Brendan Fairclough's, Red Bull Rampage run, which lots of kind of like, what is it, right? Like, he got 11th place. How did Ollie feel about that? I really enjoyed his answer to that.
And also what they go through, basically building a death-defying line for his best mate.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think you guys will really enjoy this.
He's such a good rider. A lot of you will know him, of course, from the Ride Companion, but here he is on Just Ride. Here's Olly Wilkins. So today we're joined by a massive name from the UK mountain bike scene, a rider, a builder, an entrepreneur and a podcaster, you name it. This is one guy that does it all, and all usually with a smile on his face. We can't wait to dig into his backstory. Welcome to Just Ride, Olly Wilkins. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I'm hyped.
Yeah, good, mate. Here in central London, not far from the Surrey Hills. You haven't had to come too far.
It's a nice studio as well. The sound in here.
It's
my goodness.
It's insular.
Yeah, isn't it?
I feel like we're like in podcast wars here, Like, what is you guys' studio? Is it better than Ollie's studio, Rob?
That's one for Ollie to answer.
Yeah.
I would say technically there might be a few more cameras in this one.
Yeah, we got a few more woodlights in ours though, so we win on that front.
More character.
Yeah, character. That's it. Yeah.
Characterful, isn't it, your one?
Man, the first question I want to know is, how long have you guys known each other?
Quite a while, isn't it? We ride. You're one of my only riding partners, Ulf. I don't go riding with that many people, but you're the go-to phone picker up for a good day out, because Surrey Hills always delivers. But yeah, we've known each other, what? Oh, I don't even know. A long time.
I don't even know. Obviously, it's blurred because I know you before you knew me. So that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Right.
I'm a kid growing up with Rob Warner racing the World Cups.
I think that's an age thing, Rob.
That's why I was trying to stay away from it and just sat there silently. Going, where's he going with this? No, he's not my son.
No, but it really makes me think about like what Rob was saying, the UK scene is just so... Surrey is kind of like in the middle of it. I mean, when I think about it, it's like there's Bernard Kerr, there's Brendan Fairclough. I mean, Matt Jones and Jono Jones are not far away. Ben Deacon.
The Griffiths brothers.
Yeah, so many.
Sorry, aren't they, as well? I mean,
yeah.
For somewhere with downhills that are never more than about 20 seconds in length, it has produced some of the country's best ever mountain bike riders.
It is mad, isn't it?
Including yourself.
We're in central London and we're 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And we got all that riding. I mean, I really love it at home. I'm quite a home fan. And I think... I actually think the small hills kind of make it, because you pack everything in. There's loads of jumps, loads of turns. If you made a track like they make tracks in the mountains, it'd be over in 10 seconds. So you've got to put turns in.
Yeah, they've got to be intent, and they are.
Yeah.
When you ride them, you know that good riders have either built them or been riding, like, their tech. It's hard. It's hard riding.
It was easy for us though when we were younger, I think, because without PT, yourself. It was so exciting. Mountain biking was so exciting. For Bernard, Bren and myself, obviously I'm a bit older than those guys, but we had a lot to look up to. I think that that goes to say a lot. You can kind of watch scenes develop when riders become known.
What do you think it was about the UK that produced so many great riders, like especially in that area? Like you said, downhill racers and athletes riding down 10-second hills, hitting 2 ruts, and then going and winning or podiuming World Cups.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. I can't really do a podcast without mentioning Bren. Obviously, he's my best mate and ridden with him since I was a kid. But when I think about it, we were doing races on 30-second hills, but we weren't like riding downhill even. We were riding dirt jumps. And I think dirt jumps are kind of the key around here.
Maybe why so many good riders come from Surrey is that perhaps the start of riding for a lot of us is dirt jumping, right?
Yeah.
Like it's so accessible, you only need hardtail. And then, because like you say, there is that scene in Surrey, there's, like you said, trails everywhere.
Yeah, all these legendary spots.
Yeah.
All them legendary spots. But maybe that is the starting point, and it's a good starting point in Surrey. So, these riders come through.
And like dirt jumps were just accessible because the bikes were cheap and there was loads of dirt jumps and you could just build them.
And
So-
let's be honest, and this is going to sound a bit weird coming from me, who is not known for his dirt jumping prowess. Like, you can fool yourself getting better. It's the most,
100%.
Yeah.
You know it as well.
Yeah.
You two are so much better at jumping than me. It's unbelievable. But there's so much in. You'll never hit them exact same jumps. You'll never hit them the same, right?
Yeah.
It's just there's so much there to get that landing. Just everything.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It just brings you back.
Yeah.
I feel sharp on a bike. If I ride a lot of dirt jumps, I feel
Totally.
sharp.
So we were having this conversation before we got started about the difference between like trails and dirt jumps, because I feel like now kids growing up, they have like dirt jump parks, and you have like the Godziak brothers or like Nikolai Rogakin, where it's like 2 jumps in a row and you do some tricks and stuff like that. The last one's always a trick jump, but that's totally different. Like, those are jumps, but they're not trails.
Yeah, again, it's kind of hard to classify, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I think what makes the big difference is that with something you consider trails is probably that building goes hand in hand with them. They're not just straight sets. They're not even really designed to do tricks on. I mean, I don't really do any tricks anymore as such.
Not bad. Do the odd one.
The odd one, yes. But
You got more up your sleeve than some people at this table.
But, I mean, the best thing, the whip to ETs, like you can't really beat them.
But I think trails probably, I always think of it as like the actual riding informs what you do. So it's not just like a list of different things that you're ticking off. It's like I only do the things that I think feel really nice. So like a whip feels so nice.
Does
A
the way you
spin
do them.
feels so nice. Like all of these different things have like a feeling. It's not about like being judged or scoring points or whatever. So that's what we've got a lot of around here, and it's hard to pull apart that from digging them as well. So everyone who rides them digs them.
I wonder what that is. Like, why do you think that there's not such a building culture? Because I loved it. Like, we would have a spot, and you mentioned it. Like, a lot of the times you wouldn't even ride somebody else's jumps first. Like, you would build your own jumps, and you go down there, you dig, and you're like, we should make a hip here. Oh, we need to build another set at the end. And it was one and the same. It was so fun to just get all your friends there, build a jump, test it out. Like, why is that? Do you feel like it's gone?
It's not lost on me that like I've been doing the same thing for a very long time and I still very much enjoy it. I think it's because there's so much to it. If you're building stuff as well, there's so many elements to riding that makes it fun. If I was just going to spots and I was just like paying to ride a bike park, I think it would be less interesting to me over this many years. I mean, it's more of a question for you. It's like,
No, you're right. That's right. Although I'm not one really for. I love turning up and riding trails. I'm not really one for digging. I must admit. Well, it's
No.
true. I don't think I've ever
but
done.
then you've
I love to ride trails, and that
Yeah.
scene, I love that. That is better than anything else. It's like amazing,
that scene,
isn't it?
yeah. How would you describe yourself?
We don't know how to classify it.
Yeah.
no.
You're unclassified.
I quite like that. I don't mind
it's
that.
cool.
Yeah. I
But
don't mind
what are
that.
you? A dirt jumper, a downhiller, a free rider, as you've been called more in recent times? I mean,
Mate, I don't know. I've never tried to be
Just
anything
ride it.
really. Yeah, I raced as a kid,
Oh, right.
Obviously,
Sorry
I
about
met
that.
a lot
Couldn't
of
find your results.
local races. Local races.
Pre-roots and ride.
For real, yeah.
Really?
Micro type. It's a different website. It's a different website. No, I raced in like pedal hounds. Like that's where I met all my friends. Really.
What's a pedal hound?
That's like around here the pedal hound series.
It's sort of like the Grundig.
What's a
series. Yeah, like the biggest series on earth, except it's only in this area.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
you
quite
joke,
small.
but at the time there was no internet or
Yeah.
mobile phones. That seemed like the only thing. That was
Downhill
like
runs
what
are
we
about a
were.
minute long.
Yeah,
It's like
that's what
it's
we
like
were
a
all.
short downhill race series.
Yeah.
really.
But that's what we were all building up towards.
It's not that short though when you live in the UK. It's like from the top to the bottom. That's
Right.
all you got. In the south here, it is.
Yeah.
It's right.
isn't it? So yeah, I raced that, and then I raced some four cross. That was my first sponsor. So like
DMR.
no, it wasn't actually. It was Dialed Bikes.
Was it now?
Yeah,
What a
they
name.
gave me a bike, and I did some four cross, and then I got picked up by DMR to do dirt jumps.
Right.
So I never
okay.
really had any direction right from the start. But I didn't think anything.
Yeah.
I never thought I certainly didn't think then that I'd be still biking and like doing it as some kind of job now.
Did you ever want to be, or
I just didn't think it was for me. I didn't think I'd be good enough. I didn't think
really?
anything. I didn't think. Yeah.
was there a point when you're like, oh, I'm a pro now, or I could become a pro, or I could do this?
Yeah, but my version of a pro involved very little money, so it's sort of like I don't know, that it didn't feel like it was really on the cards. And ultimately, the fact I enjoyed it as much as I did, I was going to be doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So
So you've never sort of though at any point in your career gone, if I go down this avenue of riding, I could make some money. You've never really sort of gone into downhill or dirt jumping or four cross
No.
you haven't followed it to a wild level, like an obsessive level. You do know you just
I would
ride, don't you?
yeah, I would say it's still obsessive. It's still
You're
definitely weird.
obsessed.
It's still definitely weird, but
Brendan said it was an obsession to me.
Did
was like,
he?
yeah, I couldn't get you to do something. And he was like, no, because all he does is rides his bike 2 or 3 times a day. He doesn't do anything else. His bikes are a disaster. They're always wrecked. Yeah, that's what, yeah, it was something like that. He was like, he's something. And I was like, yeah. And actually, that was right. You ride every day,
I
right?
think it is a
Do you ride every
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
day?
I'd say.
Well, and
every
I
day,
think
yeah.
too, like we're kind of, to me, your background's so interesting because I feel like you're this mainstay of the scene. Like you're in so many video parts, right? Like you're digging at Red Bull Rampage. You're such an integral part, like for
your own
so many,
podcast.
for so many years. And so I think it's interesting because your background is,
lacks direction.
well, yeah, it's not as like ironically,
It's all
right?
over the
Like
place. It's all over the place.
Rob and
He doesn't know
I,
which way's up.
it's like Rob and I, it's like, okay, we raced some World Cups and then we started talking about racing World
Yeah, makes
Cups or
sense,
whatever.
right?
And then but you, it's just been like, oh, like Olly, oh, of course Ollie's here. Like, of course I see Olly at, the Red Bull Sarabajo
Yeah.
race and stuff like that. So it is really interesting that you have been in the scene for that long and like you talking about this, like your love for bikes makes sense. Like that is why.
Yeah. I think I'm very lucky. A lot of people love bikes, but not a lot of people literally ride and grow up with some of the best in the world. And like that is luck. It's not, Surrey Hills shouldn't on paper create
I don't
Brendan
think it's luck,
Fairclough,
though.
Yeah.
Bernard Kerr, like
Yeah.
Sam Reynolds.
It's not luck,
Yeah.
though, is it? It's you guys as a group, I think.
Yeah.
Like, just riding together, building together,
Yeah.
and coming through together, and you just didn't go the competitive step. But
Yeah.
to be honest, you're every bit as good a rider as they are. That's true. I mean, you are. Maybe not against the clock because you went in the gym 9 to 5.
Well, I was just going to say, it reminds me of the other kind of little microcosm is Santa Cruz with like Ryan Howard. You have the McCall brothers, like Simonuk, and he would go down there all the time. So it's like what Rob was saying. Do you think that you would love riding as much as you do if you didn't have that crew kind of growing up?
Definitely not. Like we always used to think about it because we had World Cup races come through town because obviously Bren was on a team with Sam Hill and Bernard's got Eddie coming through and and yourself. You come through town and it'd just be like a constant conveyor belt of amazing riders. It's like a bubble. It's
Yeah.
They
insane.
all want to come and ride your dirt jumps.
But yeah, exactly, yeah. Whereas we Sam Hill's the example that I think we'd always use. Is like Sam doesn't come from a scene like that. It's all the more impressive that he was so dominant and so fast because he didn't have like 3 other people. Yeah, it might be a second a minute slower than them, but they're hyped and they're hitting gaps and they're going hard. I think it's like it's easier to be a product of a bubble.
Yeah,
like, that bubble is very valuable. Exactly that, like Aptos. There's a few others, isn't there? Like I'd say Queenstown.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Now.
Yeah, and then you look at Sam coming from Perth.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah,
It's true. Like you know, on the west side of
it's not
even on the you know the Cairns, the mountain bikey side of Australia.
Nah.
He's from the other bit. Yeah,
it's
that's
not
right.
a knock. Imagine going that quick on your own. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
How
When
do
you actually
yeah.
put it like that, it's bizarre.
It's bizarre. It's like you're involved in some sort of Bond movie chase on a bike ride. You're like a crazy person.
There's no one chasing you.
Yeah. Whereas if you got your mate there laughing, then it's normal.
Do you feel like you are a member of like the bike community, like the contributing? Like, what do you feel like your contribution is?
Well, I definitely feel like quite literally contributing. When I was younger, I stopped even competing in dirt jump contests. Like I literally wanted to do none of it, and I learned pretty quick that I buckle my back wheels a lot, and I need new back wheels. So I learned pretty quick I needed to do something. I need to give something to my sponsors or people that gave me back wheels.
Like another thing as well, when you go riding with you, Bernard and Brendan, like we sit back a bit, but Bernard and Brendan, they're going at it. Going at it. Like it's aggro. Like we're out a nice chilled ride on e-bikes and it's like...
it's proper, isn't it?
Like, yeah, it's like... like, isn't it? Like death-defying all the way, yeah.
Oh, you can't match that, can you?
But you ain't got that streak as much.
I'd say I do, but it's probably different. I don't know, but the hoo-ha of all of it is too much for me.
Yeah.
All of that, you know.
That's exactly what it is.
I ride... Bren, again, is probably the best example, so we just kind of challenge each other the whole time. You'd think I'd lose everyone, but sometimes I win a few little challenges. I'll do something. Yeah. So then you'd think that naturally he's done Rampage, I'd want to do Rampage. I couldn't be further from wanting to do Rampage. Get a helicopter in the sky and tell me when to drop in and I am out. That's too much for me. I don't know what I'd even do if I was on that start line.
Even though you got the skills?
No interest, and I don't
really?
think... And also, I think the skills are like... It's one thing to say when you've got a group of good mates and you're ticking wild stuff off. That's like I love that. It's so fun. All my good friends there. I'm doing it for that reason. The moment that, you know, Brendan's there ticking off step down backflips at 7 a.m, I couldn't be happier to not have knee pads on. When I see that, when I see my mate like getting ready to drop into a horrible canyon, it just feels different to me. I don't know what it is. I think I've been quite like careful not to ruin it because it's quite fun, isn't it? I don't want to like ruin biking for myself.
Yeah.
Doing a season of racing is not nothing. I can imagine it would ruin it. I don't know.
That's mad outlook on it because it is. It ruined it for me. I hated mountain biking when I finished racing. Yeah, I've now.
What was it about it?
The pressure of having to perform and only managing to go very mediocre and slow for about the last 15 years of my downhill career. You know, I was getting paid, it was all right. But it wasn't a healthy place to be. It was like I was battling every week. I wouldn't train, I'd turn up and just do crap. I hated it. You know, it was that on another level. I ruined it. I didn't ride a bicycle for a good 10 years after I quit racing. And I got,
there you go.
That's right. And then e-bikes come along and I've got one and I was like, oh, this is quite fun. And now actually I ride probably normal bikes more than e-bikes again. You know, funny, isn't it? But
it's funny.
I was burnt. It burnt me.
Did you get burnt?
For sure. Well, I think I think for me it was that I loved the whole process of riding and racing downhill. Like that was riding bikes to me. And so if I wasn't going out and like doing runs, like I love just like, oh, go an inch left there, and like that was so much fun. And so I think I had to kind of like rediscover what was fun about bikes.
But perhaps we're all sat in the same boat here that, like, I don't know, but I love riding bikes, right? And that includes motorbikes. I come from motorbikes. Training, fitness, like as in being strong, but pedaling, forget it, right? And like I feel like you like riding bikes too much to kind of, you know what I mean? You want to go and ride them down there and do that shit in the Surrey Hills, not be in the gym, not training 3 hours a day on a road bike. I don't know, that bit of it ruined it for me. And then you get to the races and you're not fit enough. Like, I don't know, I like being a skills rider. That's all I'm interested in, popping wheelies and mess, you know, that. And it was like that, really.
I really am curious about the Red Bull Rampage, like how that even came about. Like, did Brendan come to you? So tell me everything. Like, it's been you, Ben Deacon, Christian Fairclough, and
We've had a few, yeah.
Yeah, and so like, what
that...
was the first year like, and what was it like, going out there and building a line?
How many times you been now?
8 or 9.
Wow,
I don't even know.
a
lot of Rampage. Yeah, I'm very fond. I've got very fond memories from the event. Like the difference between the first time I went out there and the last time is so massive. First time you've got Bren. He's literally like a top 10, maybe even top 5 rider. I imagine getting a top 5 World Cup rider at Rampage now.
Yeah,
like it's mind blowing, isn't it?
It won't happen. You're right.
He was up there,
Yeah.
and so subsequently there was absolutely zero pressure. Bren's an outsider. We're knocking about. We don't know what we're doing. We've all dug a lot of trails, but like not in a desert. Like a lot of this stuff is postcard stuff for me. I've never travelled outside of bicycles, so.
Is there a lot to deal with the first time you got there, was it? Like, I can imagine it must be almost overwhelming looking at this, like, and going, right, here we go.
It's absolutely insane.
Is it? Yeah. Even now when you go back, does it still feel a bit like that?
No, it's routine now.
Is that right?
Like
Really
genuinely routine, and 100% you get better at it. I would really bet against, if there's a tip, I'd bet against someone's first year, unless they've got a digger that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
That you can't know everything.
So talk me through that. Like, you're the first person we've had on the podcast where we can really dig into the week leading up to Red Bull Rampage, because that to me is the most interesting part. Like, I've been out there and seen you guys do what you do, but when you say like you can't just go out there and make it happen, why not?
Well, to start with, the dirt's a little bit different to here in the Surrey Hills, you could say.
Yeah.
Like it really takes knowing how to actually physically use it, because it's just piles of dust. You can't make it stick together. It all falls down the hill. It's a nightmare. It's horrible.
Like the beautiful sandy loam of Surrey.
Easy money over
Is that
here.
right? So it's a difficult.
Yes.
Really hard to work with. Yeah.
So we had a lot of like help and advice from. Actually, Claw was really good early on. He helped us a lot with like telling us just simple things, and you have to like build retaining walls and ways of keeping the dirt stuck onto that steep hill is something that you really definitely have to like get better at. Basically, the retaining wall is always a thing. Unfortunately, we always end up building stuff that requires, like, it always requires taking loads of dirt from a massive part of the hill. So it's like the least impressive thing. You want an easy job. You want to just stack a lip that looks all impressive. We have to cut out just tons and tons of material from the hillside, and you don't even see it. So I think often when you watch on TV, it doesn't look like a great deal's been done, but it's a huge amount of work.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like? I mean, you've been doing it a long time with Bren.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's your very best mate. Is there a mad pressure for you when you're building these features, these death-defying features? That's not an underestimate for your best mate. What's that like? What's it like when you see him rolling in for the first time? What's it like when he lands a feature that you've built for him?
It's insane. Bear in mind, like, I'm going to throw Deeks in here as well.
Yeah, of course.
Deeks is a Royal Marine, he's been literally to war, and you've got Deeks crying. It's too much.
What do you mean crying?
It's
Tears
too
coming
much.
out of his eyes. Do you actually cry?
Yeah.
With joy that he hasn't died?
I think
like when he's landed something, or before. Are you in tears
you see
before?
the build up, dude. Like, no one sees that. We do as well as we can to kind of capture actually what it's like to be there, but you don't show all of that. Like, you're not going to show the rubbish parts, the parts where.
Well, I know it's a hard week for you. Your nose is bleeding, like you're stressed out. You look wrecked, mate.
Yeah.
Someone
wrecked. Yeah,
someone who'll remain nameless, but said, "Yeah, I'm really worried about Ollie. Did not look good out there." It's like, yeah, you just look wrecked.
It's a lot.
And a lot of that's also the mental torture, though, of, like you say, knowing what you're building.
It's a nice distraction in a way to have so much work to do, because we don't share any features. That's always been our thing.
Oh, really?
I don't think there's any point to it, but it's always been our thing, or our goal to not share any features.
Really?
So we max out digging, and Brent's a grafter as well, so he
digs all week as well.
Yeah, until the end, then we sort of ban him off certain tools, because certain tools make you shake, like rock bar.
Yeah, because you guys are tied off, like you're rappelling down to certain things, and
yeah, I mean, it's really changed over the years. You kind of at the start, when the pressure was off, Bren's top 5 rider, we're chilling. Whereas by the end, we really think there's a chance that we can make something that's going to put him on a podium. It's like, that is a big difference. Knocking about making a couple of cool features, not really feeling like you have to be there, to really feeling like we're a team and we're like trying to make it happen. Because also you get drawn along with a bit of the hoo-ha. So let's say there's I think 2 years ago, I think we had the very biggest canyon we've built. You know, it's like 65 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of chat on the internet. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the coolest things we've built, I would say.
Yeah.
And the thing that probably caused the most worry, because the great thing about Bren is that I know that if it's possible, he'll be able to do it. He can make stuff work. He's one of the most talented bike riders in the world, I would say, at this specific thing, making something really difficult work. Like, if anyone can do it, it's him. He can stop quicker. He can generate speed. He can, jump and keep stuff safe. Like, over the years, I've seen him do such horrible things in these Surrey Hills kind of easily. And you just think, what? I'm not bad at it. And he's doing that much easier than I make a big zero of it.
Yeah.
So then you're pushing him to his absolute max. I've got to think it's possible, but like, it's still right on the edge. I mean, that 65 footer, he landed probably 3 inches from the.
He did.
He landed 3 inches from the top every run. That's mad.
And I said to him, "How did you calculate the speed?" And he looked at it and thought, "Yeah, that's right. There's no science to it, right?
Yeah,
it's lad science. Is that right though? It is.
Yeah.
Well, it is, isn't
I
it?
remember that whole thing. Lad science.
But like, there is no more to it than that.
I mean, what can
it's
you
done
do?
by feel. Is it really like? Yeah, that's going to work. Is it like that?
I mean, quite frankly, every single feature has to be. Everyone uses lad science. You don't have a speedo on your bike. You don't really know, do you? So there's no way of knowing whether you're generating
with the best riders
G's
in the
or
world.
if you're... Yeah, exactly, yeah. But his was that was max speed, max pull, 45-degree lip, which is, in case you don't know, how you go the furthest. I was there with my
45 is proven that
Actually.
it's better than 30.
You can't. That's 45's the furthest.
For sure.
100% scientifically. You can't go further than 45. So I'm there just.
Well, what lower trajectory
What do you think?
faster? You mean 45 is
No,
it?
you won't get the lift. 45 is the furthest you
Have
can
you
go on a jump.
ChatGPT'd this? Is it science?
Oh my-
Or is
It's actual science.
It is actual science.
Look it up. It's
Right.
actual science.
Well, it's halfway between flat and vertical. So
There you go. It's actual science with gravity 45. I'm pretty sure. We'll get people checking out.
full of it. I'm down There's a laptop smoking in the corner of the studio.
I'm feeling guilty now.
What
I've gone and
is,
spewed
uh,
People are
rubbish on the
sending you
internet.
complaints to Olly Wilkins at ridecompanion.com.
we're gonna
Any
get,
physicists listening? Isaac Newton's been on the phone.
I'm dropping rapidly. I'm around 80% sure, but I'm pretty sure I don't mind 80%. That's all right. For the internet, 80% will do.
that's so good. Is that your favorite feature that you built over the years? Do you have
Oh
one?
no, my favourite would probably be that that thing at the top of that run. That run, I think, was the pinnacle of what we could
And
achieve.
that was 2021 or 2022. At the beginning, there wasn't pressure, and then I think now, like for Brendan, he's you've got Death Grip, and then like Rampage, and like Red Bull Rampage is kind of the event for him.
Yeah.
And he's got the skills, and you're kind of building a line for the podium. But like this past year, to get like 11th place, what was the vibe like? What did you guys think about it?
I don't really care about the result. It's very important that that he gets down it, because somehow I feel like if he didn't, then it would reflect. I would feel an element of guilt.
Yeah, you've done what you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
you've done it.
and like with the judging, it's sort of like I'm for someone who doesn't really race, I'm a big fan of the numbers in racing, because there's no argument to be had. There's nothing you can say in the comments, and there's no the judge is this, the judge is that. It's very
Judging
easy
is
to understand.
So gnarly, isn't it?
Yeah, I really feel for him.
Yeah,
So
it's really hard to get right. Well, it's so subjective, isn't it? Like,
it is.
Yeah.
And like all you can do is your best, and he definitely did that. Like flipping that canyon's absolutely filthy. Like it's so horrible. You're going, I don't know how fast he's going into it, but there's no jump. And if there was a jump the same as it, you wouldn't be flipping it in the Surrey Hills, let alone in the Utah desert. So.
Yeah.
Like the sort of harsh judging, if you want to call it that. Like, it was also the time before, right? So, how's that? You say you don't care, but how's it affected Brendan? Does it affect him or?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, he can't be happy, can he? Really?
He puts himself through it. He tries very hard.
But he's become the people's champion.
Yeah,
through it.
He has.
Really,
he has.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not as negative as it seems in that respect, but it must be like you're there all week. You live it for, like, you put everything out there for the week, and then the run is done to the best of its ability. It's got to be pretty harsh not to see them points come in. When we all felt it.
Oh,
we all felt it. I felt it. I was like,
do you
come
feel
on.
like that he got robbed a bit?
Yeah, I mean, we're downhillers, man. From where I was sat, he got robbed.
Yeah,
To me, that was the ultimate run because it was natural and flowing. Last year, I'm talking about, it was just amazing.
It was cool, wasn't it?
It was absolutely brilliant. Like, less tricks, but for me, I still watch Rampage because I want to see big mountain shit. I want to see.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But then that's you don't know what they're judging it on.
No, but it's moved, isn't it?
So you need information on. I know they do provide it, but I'm basically, everyone's going off what they think should be a Rampage winning run. No one's building. I think this one might get 11th place. Like, you're trying to do what you think is the coolest shit, basically, aren't you?
Yeah, that is so interesting. It's almost
But you can sign off on that. Yeah, but Brendan perhaps can't. He's the one who's done the run. And,
no doubt he can't.
Like, you've finished. You've built him the best line. But
the thing is, right, you have the whole internet on your side. You feel it. You can't help it. I try and not look at my phone, but you can't help it. On a build up like that, that's a heavy old week, just both physically but mentally as well. You sort of start believing your own hype.
Hard not to, yeah, of course
it is hard not to.
You do, yeah.
It is hard not to. And then to come home, it just...
Because everyone's telling you.
It's such a downer when you get home. I mean, I have it again with the Cerro Bajo.
Yeah.
Like we have this huge build-up, and it's such a... You can see where the peak is, where the finals is, finals is like the peak. And then
just imagine, because you build the track for Guanajuato Red Bull Cerro Bajo.
That's right.
And it's not a day build. You're there for 2 weeks.
That's right. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. So that 2 week period, if every single waking moment you're thinking about one goal, it's like it's pretty hard. Like that's this cut on this lip is just from stress and worry. It's still there. I can't stop smiling.
We barely caught up with you.
Yeah.
It's like 6 o'clock. Oh, so you come in for some dinner? No reply for an hour. No, it's still up the hill. We barely see. I know you put everything into that as well. I can see that you feel, and you're probably right to, but you feel the pressure of having to deliver.
Yeah.
Like a track that's worthy of a Red Bull Cerro Bajo, like for the world's best urban street races. That's how it is.
Definitely, it just reflects so badly if you didn't put everything in. I think if you were just lazy, like we've done them for a long time, and that's like the pinnacle. I want that one to go good. It's live TV. It's like.
Yeah.
Big deal. Fastest races in the world racing down the streets. It's like, you want it to be good.
Yeah.
What do you think of those events?
Oh, I'm a big fan for a long time. We've been doing those for 10 years now as well.
Really?
And kind of grown up, got a lot better at them.
Yeah.
I remember the first one.
What was that? Because I mean, not to be the first time I saw you there, I was like, does he know how to like build ramps and stuff?
Well, I mean,
is he a carpenter? All of a sudden,
yeah.
Well, I've never seen him with a hammer and nail before.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the first one we did was in Taxco.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? It's amazing. I've never been, but that's one of the bigger ones. It's not
one of the originals. That's right. One of the originals. Ones, right? Yeah, alongside Valparaiso and obviously like Lisbon and all of these. There's so many historic venues, but that's one of them. And we got the call last minute. Someone pulled out, and we sort of pitched for it. I did my best little presentation, put together a team of people that I could sort of count on. But really, again, like my first time at Rampage, you turn up and you're like, whoa, how do I make it? Christian Fairclough, Brendan's brother, is mega important in that because he can kind of look at stuff and make it happen. So, for instance, if you've got to make one of those landings, do you know how we make those landings in the finish line of one of those races?
A lot of dirt.
Well, it's not as much as you'd think, actually. Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, it's like plywood sides, and there's pallets, and we make like a steps, so all the dirt's all like spread out. Like it's something that's like developed over all this time to make it work.
Yeah.
It's got to be mega quick.
Yeah.
Roads closed, you don't have access, you can't get materials. It's absolute nightmare doing it in a town centre, building a jump like that. So, and Phosphoro, who you're good mates with, both of you, he's unreal at making it happen. Like, he has to organise.
The Mayor of Guanajuato.
Yeah, absolutely. He deserves the keys. I'm waiting for the keys presentation. Yeah, but for him to put that on is very cool to watch, isn't it?
Yeah. It's spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah, those have become like some of my favorite events. Like every single one we go to, it's just so cool. And I think because you have different groups of people building, there is you can see the personality come through as well. And like, you know, this year you guys are iterating on things and making things bigger and, you know, work better and stuff like that. It's really cool.
It's cool. We got quite a mix of like some other ones that we've worked on. You kind of turn up and you just have, we're going off this building. It's your job to work out how it's going to work, but you're on a 3, sometimes 4-story building, and you've just got to like put a landing in thin air. It's not a normal way to build a jump. Normally you find a drop that looks like it could be done. You
know, like we talked about Rampage, you build for Brendan. At Red Bull Cinema Bajos, you build ultimately for yourself because you're the first rider.
That is
you test all those
yeah.
features. Is that a different pressure? Would you rather it be Brendan or would you rather it be you?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd definitely always rather it be me, even at Rampage. And even though I don't want to touch any of that stuff with a, you know, I don't want to be jumping off that stuff. I just don't like the feeling of like,
go on, I've built that, mate. Have a go.
I mean, if I built, yeah, exactly, yeah. If I built something that gnarly, and then I was just like, yeah, have a pop, Rob, I'd feel very bad.
It's really
Go on,
good.
Elliot.
It's right.
Chuck yourself
It's
off there.
exactly 45 degrees. It's as far as you can go.
It should work.
So I definitely want to hit on the podcast, Ride Companion. How many episodes have you done? Why did you decide to start it? What has that been like?
So I was a guest on this Davies podcast. He's been running it for many years, and I was a guest a couple of times. And I always like podcasts. Podcasts are very normal now, but back then they weren't. And Davey was doing something really different. It was like,
what year was that?
Hook it.
Oh, I wish I knew. Yeah, I'm so
was
bad.
Was that
with
the HKT one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One of the only things I try and do on a podcast is not talk about myself. You know, as a host, I try desperately hard not to talk about myself. It's one of my rules, but it's much easier to just sit and sort of be reactive almost rather than proactive. Nice. Like, I feel your pain. You're thinking about what to talk about next, and want to make sure you hit all the key points.
Oh, this is awkward.
I mean, yeah. I think you got a bit of a responsibility to like your guest.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I tried quite hard on the podcast, but anyway, so that wasn't how it started. It started off like we went into lockdown. Davey was just like, "Hey, people are going to be up for consuming more content. Are you up for doing like a weekly show?" And like, I didn't have a great deal on, I'll be honest. I was sort of sitting around waiting for a time where I was allowed to go riding with my friends. So I was like, absolutely, yes. It helped me kind of
get through it.
Absolutely. First and foremost, I was just like, I just want to be able to send something to my sponsors that I think I'm not just sat at home doing nothing.
Desperate.
But secondly, it actually became something I look forward to. And like, I think there was, during lockdown, we were very lucky in that we got a bit of momentum and bit of community, and people really got behind it. They wanted to hear what you've been up to that week. They've been doing nothing as well, you know. And it allowed me to be a bit creative with my ideas, and like I was always thinking of stuff to talk about and all the things I find interesting. So it started off like that, and it's ended up kind of like an actual real thing where we have guests on and
it's like a podcast,
a backdrop and microphones. Yeah, it's not like a Skype call. It's actually the real deal. We've got a few more wood lice than this place, a bit less sound quality. We've got a team of people that do a great job like yours. So yeah,
right.
We've had some really standout, amazing guests. I mean, actually, Robski, yours was unreal. Yours was one. I said nothing, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is quite something. We're actually producing something that's actually proper here. We're not just talking about like hitting turns and
it was a bit different from me as well, wasn't it? Obviously. yeah. I remember when I said to you, I need to come on your pod. I was at Dakar and I made a decision. I was like, right, I'm going on the Ride Companion podcast and I'm going to lay it all out there. I had 2 weeks in a tent and I was like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I actually got upset out there. I was like, I need to get this out done.
Yeah.
And then I rung you and I was like, do you remember? And I was like, I need to do it, mate. Can I come on? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, you're going to get it all. I'm going to break down. You were like, you sounded less keen at that moment, actually. And then sure enough, we just went on there and it happened, didn't it? It was mad. Thanks for letting me do it, because I'd never been able to do it with people that weren't my mates. But yeah, it was funny, wasn't it? How we just one of them. It was a completely different thing.
For the people who like don't know about that episode, what was it like?
It was me basically saying, found out I had autism in 2017, and here I am 5 or 6 years later having a massive breakdown, but getting it out. I need to get it out. I need to tell everyone, or I'm probably never going to feel normal again in life. And funnily enough, now 3 or 4 years on, is it that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's work. I talk about autism like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I was on Gypsy Tales and we had a good long chat about it for an hour. So I've done it. I've done it, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Yeah,
and
too.
It's all
right.
started with your podcast. So thank you for. No, but I couldn't have done it, mate, without anyone else. It's true. And I know Davey less, but I know him and I like him as well.
Yeah.
You know, I don't go riding with him all the time, but no, I couldn't have done it. That was cool for me to come on there. Thank you.
It was a standout one, and I'm not just saying it, but it felt
wasn't
like
your normal
it was
mountain
like,
bike chat.
No, it wasn't, and it felt like something that probably, you feel it when you're talking about it. You're like, I know there's a lot of people that are going to be, it's resonating with me. I know it's resonating with a lot of people that are listening. Maybe more so than me talking about like filling up sandbags at Red Bull Rampage. It's quite a different thing from everyday life, but everyone's felt weird and alone or whatever,
Yeah.
And like,
that's right, and you know that, and once you put it out there actually, and then like that was the risky bit, but then the feedback, you were like, there was no risk there whatsoever.
No.
It's exactly the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's gone on continuing to be exactly the right thing to do, because it's one wall broken down around autism and all that shit. So it's good. It's good. Definitely a good thing. Yeah. Whew.
That was a standout. But I mean, we're very lucky to get to speak to people just sort of casually. I think it's mega cool, because when you see someone in a full face helmet at the top of a World Cup run, it's like a Power Ranger. You don't know the person. You don't know. Everyone's the same, aren't they? We're all just sort of trying.
Give you a few cliches of chat that they don't really have to think about and dropping in. Yeah, podcast nice. You got them for a long time, and you can't
hide, can you?
You can have a proper chat. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, even an hour you can't hide.
No, that's right. People are going to know who you are after an hour. That's right.
Definitely.
And that's probably why yours is so successful, because you and Davey are genuine nice fellas. I think that's important.
Yeah. Well, likewise. Everyone's nice. We're all nice.
This is so lovely.
This is wholesome content, isn't it?
This is the loveliest podcast I've ever done.
No, you're the
We are going to leave here. Absolutely.
What positive time.
Spreading positivity, Ollie. Wherever he goes.
It's good though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have planned? Like, you guys have done some really cool stuff with it. Like, you've done the fantasy league. You're going to Red Bull Hardline Wales this year.
Yeah, that's right. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. Actually, kind of trying to get as many of the athletes to have a moment to kind of just proper chat.
Yeah.
Not the tyres are hooking up. The second feature, I think I can go quicker on. Like, actually, just sort of like. Yeah, talk like we are now. I think that's a cool opportunity, because, you'll often find there's super interesting things about every single one of them. They're all pretty weird. They've got that fast at biking. It's odd, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah. We were talking about this question before we got started, which is, would you rather... No, I kind of want to like finish on this, because it's my new favorite question now for the last...
this is a good one.
Do it? Yeah. So would you rather know your best day is behind you, or your worst day is in front of you?
I think that's a fantastic question, Elliot.
It's heavy. It just blew my mind again then as it came out of his mouth. I was like, what is he going to do with this? Where is he going to go with this?
I believe I'll take the best day behind me.
Would you?
Yeah, because even 95% of my best day is still a really, really good day. It's just like leaving the cherry. I can do that.
Yeah.
I've had some good days, so yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect place to end on.
Yeah. Thanks,
yeah.
Always,
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so glad you got to come and hang out.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
How do you close out? Is this it?
That's his job.
Oh, that's it. Oh, well done. We can leave this part in, though. Yeah, we're closed
thanks for
out.
watching. Well, as ever, a man always with a smile on his face, Oda. But, he's so much fun to be around. And that's always, every time you bump into him, every time you're with him, he's a laugh. He's fun. He's positive, right?
Yeah, he is. He is. He like exudes positive energy. Man, and so interesting to hear him talk about kind of the evolution of the builds at Rampage. Talking about how they used to have to carry gallons of water up there.
Yeah.
And now, right, there's literally a tractor that goes around with a massive bucket, and it's not a bucket, it's a barrel. So it's bigger than a barrel. I don't even know what you call it. And you can kind of spray. Yeah.
Like Bowser.
Yeah. Like building the retaining wall. So it's super interesting. So much goes into it beyond just that one run that you see on TV.
And, hearing that, they're all in tears.
Yeah.
Like when Brendan's done it, I don't think you can't put yourself in that position unless you've been there, right?
Yeah.
To build a death-defying run for your very best, mate.
Totally.
And watch him nail it. Must be a pretty incredible experience, yeah. Well, please get in touch. justride@redbull.com is the email address. We want your comments. We want your questions. Please like or subscribe. Thank you.